What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody's having a lovely day. And with that being said, let's get into the TA. All right, so I'm going to start off by reminding you guys that we have Powell speaking tomorrow and on Wednesday. All right, so my personal opinion on this one is that you're probably going to end up seeing the Powell pump or the Powell dump. I don't think he's going to say anything new here. I think he has FOMC on the 22nd. I think he's probably going to have some ammunition for that one. Some market shocks on that one. All right. I just don't think much new is going to be said here that's really going to freak out the market in one way or the other. I could be completely wrong on that. That is just my opinion. All right. Nevertheless, I do expect the Powell pump or the Powell dump to take place regardless of what is said. All right. I don't know which way you go on that one. I'm just saying Powell, like typically you see the Powell pump or dump when he speaks. All right. I don't know who does this. The market gods be doing it. And that is what I think we are probably going to get. All right, so let's go back into what we talked about in the weekly update. What was our likely scenario, guys? An intraday reversal coming up to the gap fills here on QQ and SPY and having an intraday reversal. All right, we did end up filling QQQs over here, and we did not fill SPYs. All right, so we can continue on up into filling SPYs, and then maybe we cool off there. Or what I think, I'm not going to say is more likely or not, because like regardless, I think I think we're about to get this move here. All right. But yeah, you can end up going up to tap that. Or what I think is more likely here is you come down here, fill that gap, and then you go up here to fill that gap afterwards. So the dealers would be leaving that open as a price magnet for after when they need it, and a reversal pivot point for when they need that. All right. Typically, gaps can be used like that, and that's why we oftentimes see it. At least I think that's why we oftentimes see gaps get left behind, and it's because they will be used in the we'll say midterm. I mean, sometimes even the long term they do get used. All right, but the short to midterm typically. That is when you see, like, if the gap gets left behind, all right, hey, maybe a week or two later it gets filled, all right? That's literally exactly what we're seeing right here. All right, that's what I think is going to happen with this one too. But yeah, guys, gaps don't have to always get filled, all right? So don't get it twisted there. All right, but yeah, guys, we are getting that intraday reversal coming right into it, and we'll just jump over the 4-hour time frame just so everyone can quickly look at that bad boy. Here on QQQ and SPY, you have a bearish divergence on your 4-hour CCI. You have your stochastic crossing down, and coming over here to SPX, you have your 4-hour CCI in overbought territory, and your stochastic is crossing down. I think it's very likely we do end up seeing that pullback. If you are in the Patreon, then you're welcome for the very valid entry. All right, there you go, guys. There you go. All right, just a quick little plug. If you guys do, let's just say you're new to the market, new to options, right? You want to learn as you're also making money. There you go. Patreon, if you just want to literally see consistent trade ideas that are highly probable trade ideas, Patreon. All right, there are 16 of us so far. Well, not 17, including me. So yeah, if you would like to go join that, have fun. All right. So far we are killing it. All right. And I, don't think anybody is going to deny that one who is in the Patreon. All right. So moving on, let's actually start off here with the daily time frame. All right. Now I did say that we probably do get a decent sized bounce here on the indices. All right. I said that when DIA was down here, we were forming that triple bullish divergence going on over there. And I said in the weekly update, I said that it's probably good for more than what we got. All right. Now, we did get a little more. I still probably think, or not probably think, I still think we probably go a little higher than what we got going right now. Nevertheless, I am taking appropriate action because I do think we get a decent move back to the downside here, back to 294.43 on QQ, and then SPY over here at 398.69. Those are my targets for downside there. All right. But you can go a little further. All right. Maybe you do end up coming all the way back down here and back testing this trend line you broke out of. Probably not. All right. That would be a very harsh move to the downside right there. That would probably shake a bunch of people. It honestly confused the crap out of me. I'm not going to lie. But it can take place. I just don't think it's going to take place. I've told you guys what I think is going to happen going into CPI. I think they're probably going to trade you up and then trade you flat. All right, that is what we got going on right now. We still do have a decent amount of trading sessions before that. It's currently the 6th, right? We got it up all the way up until the 14th. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 trading sessions in between today and then. All right, a lot can happen, but I think it's more likely that they probably trade. They either trade you flat or you get taken above here. All right, you have this pullback move and then you go like that. All right, or just this. That is personally what I think. It's one of those two. That's what I think is likely going in CPI. Either way, guys, CPI is going to be an event that if you see that coming hot, that ensures that you are very likely getting a sell-off on that day as well. All right. But if it comes in, not so hot, I still expect them to, I expect them to take the measures that, what I think they should be doing, and I think what they think they should be doing. All right. They're probably going to hit you with a 50 basis point hike, and that is probably going to end up shocking the market on 22nd, regardless of what happens on CPI. But CPI can give you a pump. It's just like, hey, if it's a hot CPI report, it pretty much guarantees you're about to get a rug pull over here. All right. Or CPI can give you a pump, and then you probably still get a rug pull on FOMC as well, considering he did not do that last time. And a lot of bad things ended up happening. And then you also had the bond market just completely calling BS. All right. So that was that. But yeah, moving on over to Mr. VIX. All right. So we do have a bullish Miami candlestick formation forming right now, and you do have your stochastic crossed up right, or it's getting ready to cross up right there, and your CCI is hinged right at the buy line. All right. The RSI is also hinged as well. All right. Just something to note. All right. But yeah, we're going to be waiting tomorrow for that confirmation here. If we do get a move above that tomorrow, then I would have to expect, like, hey, maybe the next day is going to also be a red day. All right, because you would confirm this, all right, and then you'd get the follow through, and that would actually align with a Powell dump, all right. So maybe we get the Powell dump, but maybe we also just fall into tomorrow morning, like that is at 10 a.m. So 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, all right. I am on the East Coast, 1:32 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right now, all right. But yeah, guys, all right. I am looking for some downside from where we are at right now. Let's actually look at these bad boys right now. All right, ES did end up coming right into this resistance. This is where you are getting your wick form. We come over the 4-hour time from there. And yeah, NQ literally got right back into its range that I was saying that it's likely just going to stay in here. All right, let's actually look at the biggest component of these S&P 500 NASDAQ. Look at what this bad boy is doing. All right, so we're actually going to put that on. So the gap fill is 151.11. All right, so we come over here, 151.11. All right, come over here, make that a green one. If you guys are new to the channel, our green lines are gap fills, yellow lines are targets, and blue lines are just support, resistance, and my trend lines. And red vertical lines are dates. All right, so just a little key if you are new to the channel. But yeah, guys, we do have Apple's CCI and stochastic all the way in overbought territory already. And you have a very slight 4-hour bearish divergence, but I mean, it doesn't even matter, right? What really matters here, to me at least, is what we got going on right here. QQQ coming right into its gap fill, which, by the way, guys, again, I'm going to say it, perfect entry on the Patreon. Definitely prepared for that one, all right? As we will be each and every week. So yeah, if you do want to join the fun over there, link is in the description. It's cheap. It's $39.99 a month, and it definitely is more than paid for itself now. Straight up, like anybody could have, yeah, years and years and years and years. All right, it really would have. All right, and you didn't even have to take full position size. You could have just played with one contract and anything, and there you go. All right, but yeah, back into it. So over here on the hourly time frame on Mr. VIX. All right. Something I want to point out is you did have this bullish divergence going on over here. All right. And this does suggest to me that VIX is about to start popping off. We're probably going to see the CCI cycle back up into overbought territory. And that means we are going to be seeing this 4-hour CCI with all likelihood also come up here. So that is what I'm going to be watching. All right, just letting you guys know. But yeah, I think it's very likely that VIX starts turning up here, and the indices start having their pullback before either heading higher, or this is a bigger pullback. All right, the expiration I chose for this trade was takes this into consideration. All right, just in case we don't want to take the profits, and maybe something bad happens. I don't know. All right. But we do have the FOMC on 22nd, which I do expect to be bearish. But I will approach these things as we come to them. We're going to need to see what happens on CPI. Like I said, guys, if CPI comes in hot, then it's pretty much guaranteed that FOMC is extremely bearish. All right. So coming out of that. So that's that. All right. But yeah, it's stochastics crossing up, bullish Rayman candlestick formation. CCI is hinging up at the buy line. All right. Solid shot. You end up getting a bounce there on VIX and a decline here on the indices. Look at that, guys. Yeah, this is just how things work, guys. Technicals are not always going to be 100%. They just literally give us insights into the psychology of the buyers and sellers. And guess what, guys? It's going to be right most of the time, but it is not going to be right 100% of the time. That is a guarantee. Guarantee, okay? But yeah, we will do our best to make sure we get as much right as possible, we'll say. All right, and we will get as little wrong as possible here on the channel. But then again, all I'm doing here is looking at probabilities of coming up with a likely scenario off of the probability. So can't really get too mad at me for anything that goes wrong, all right, considering everybody else has the same exact access to this info. All right, so there's that. But yeah, you do have your stochastics starting to hinge down over there. All right, let's actually see what's happening on the lower time frames there on SPX. All right, SPX does have a 30-minute bearish divergence going on the CCI, and you do also have a slight one on the RSI as well, going from this candle to over here. All right, so just something to note as well. But yeah, guys, all right, I'm recording this video a bit early today because I don't think much is going to change going into the end of the day. All right, I think we probably continue the sell-off, or we come back up and head towards SPY's gap fill, and that is what's going to cause the selling to commence. All right, but regardless, I think we are headed down to fill these gaps here. 398.69 on SPY, QQQ 294.43. And yeah, we're going to have to see if you get your reversal there. I think you do get your reversal there. If not, then I think you're going to come back down here and you're going to be testing your 200 MA again. And like, I don't want to say this because like, hey, I want this thing to stay up. I don't want this thing to start falling. Like if you're a bear, you want the best possible entry. All right. And the best case scenario is for us to get Mr. Powell pumped. Right. But just know I did end up saying that next time you hit the 200 MA on QQ and SPY, all right, because I was expecting that buyers were going to end up coming back up, but next time you tap that, I think sellers are probably going to have enough strength to take it down. So we are going to have to see what happens there. All right, maybe you form a bearish divergence here on the weekly time frame, but making a new high here, with maybe CPI brings you up and it's you know, it's tame or it's cool. All right, because like look at it this way, guys. The market is walking on eggshells right now. All right. So if that thing isn't hot, then I think the bulls are going to, I think they're probably going to rally you up onto a new short-term high here. All right. A new minor high. All right. So that is that. All right. Now something to note is this thing is still going up, guys. that is, it's definitely something to know. Inflation concerns are still definitely, they're still out and about, all right, which is why so much is going to be riding on that CPI anyway. Like that's what I'm getting at. Like a lot is just like that would, I don't know, like that would kind of be, this would be a time that a strangle, in my opinion, would be appropriate on CPI. Just like I'm not going to do it, all right. I'm just going to say that, all right. I just launched the Patreon. I have to make sure, all right, we build up a very solid track record, because if a year goes by and we have a 70% track record, that would be amazing. And let's just say half of those ran over 200% of the 70% that were winners. That would be even more amazing. All right. I am not going to do anything to, yeah, I'm just not risking it for the biscuit, guys. I'm going to be honest. These are high probability trade setups. These are ones that, I mean, so far none have missed. All right. They have all like, I'm just saying, like, so far they've all worked out pretty much immediately and ended up doing that. But sometimes they're not going to work out like that. All right. There are two that are just complacent. We're waiting on them. All right. But yeah. All right. Because so much is riding on CPI, I think there's just like, if you get a hot report, you die automatically. If you get the cool report or a tame report, you get a pump from algos immediately. That's how I'm seeing this. And it's just because so much is riding on it, all right? And people, like, because FOMC, the rate hike announcement, the decision, that's also riding on CPI. So it's like, we're kind of in a screwed situation is what I'm getting at, all right? But yeah, guys, all right, just keep in mind what did end up happening to DIA suggests like, hey, we could end up seeing a decent sized bounce here, but I will say it's not really getting the fall through like it was over here, right? So we're gonna have to see what happens. All right. But yeah, I will keep you guys updated, and yeah, with that being said, I will catch you guys in the next video. I actually just want to say this, all right? This thing, I've been having a blast watching this thing all day. It's freaking beautiful. So this is what I was getting at, all right? And again, guys, yes, these are all things that you will not miss out on if you get the Patreon, all right? Link in description. After 3 months, guys, I will be able to apply discounts, and any members can always upgrade to like, hey, you want to buy a whole year for a 30% discount or whatever I decide to go with, you'll be able to do that as well. All right, but I found out how to do the discount codes. I need 3 months of members in there, and then I get discount codes. So they are coming, but I'm sorry, guys, they're in 3 months, and a lot of gains are going to be made over the next 3 months. All right, with that being said, guys, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a lovely freaking day. If you guys did find value in this video, if you guys did get entertained from this video or any sort of value from this video, all right? Did I put a smile on your face? I don't know, all right? Let me get that like button, boost the channel, pump the stock. With that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.